Tonight, we journey to a small, forgotten corner of the world, where time seems to slow, and the worries of the day drift away like the morning mist. Close your eyes, let your breathing deepen, and allow yourself to be carried by the gentle rhythm of the waves. Imagine a small, windswept island, far from the mainland. Its name is Ember Isles, not for any fire, but for the warm, earthy glow of its sunsets, which paint the sky in hues of amber, rose, and deep violet. There are no bustling cities here, no rushing cars, only the murmur of the ocean and the soft cry of seabirds. On the highest cliff of Ember Isles stands an old lighthouse. It's not a grand, imposing structure, but rather a comforting, sturdy sentinel, built of dark, weathered stone that has stood against countless storms. Its light, a steady, warm beam, sweeps across the dark waters, a silent promise of safety to any vessel that might pass. Tonight, we are inside that lighthouse. The air is cool and clean, carrying a faint scent of salt and old stone. You are sitting in a comfortable armchair, perhaps by a small, crackling fire in a stone hearth, watching the mesmerizing dance of the flames. The only sounds are the distant, rhythmic crash of waves against the rocks below, and the soft, almost imperceptible creak of the old lighthouse structure as it breathes with the wind. The room is cozy. Shelves filled with old, leather-bound books line one wall. Some are seafaring tales, others botanical guides to the island's unique flora, and many are simply forgotten novels, their pages yellowed with time. You can almost smell the faint, sweet scent of aged paper and dust. A warm, woolen blanket is draped over your lap, soft against your skin. In your hand, perhaps a mug of warm, herbal tea, its steam curling lazily into the quiet air. Feel the warmth of the mug, the subtle scent of chamomile or lavender rising from it. Outside the thick glass window, the sky is a velvet canvas, dotted with countless stars. They glitter like tiny diamonds, more numerous and brighter than you've ever seen, unhindered by city lights. The moon, a crescent of pale silver, hangs low, casting a gentle sheen upon the restless ocean. The lighthouse keeper, a kind, silent soul, is not visible. He moves about his duties with quiet efficiency, his presence a comforting, almost paternal warmth in the background. You might hear the faint scuff of his boots on the stairs leading up to the lamp room, or the soft clinking of keys, but these sounds are never jarring. They merely become part of the lulling ambiance of the night. Let your gaze drift to the window. The beam of the lighthouse sweeps past, illuminating a fleeting segment of the inky black sea, revealing the white caps of distant waves, then plunges back into darkness. Each sweep is like a gentle breath, a slow, steady pulse in the vastness of the night. Think of the journey the light takes. It begins within the lamp, a brilliant, focused point, then expands, travels through the sturdy glass, and stretches out into the vast, open ocean. It touches the surface of the water, dances on the scales of unseen fish, and whispers across the wings of night-flying seabirds. The air around you feels peaceful, still. There are no demands here, no tasks to complete, no thoughts to rush. Just this moment, suspended in time, inside an old lighthouse on Ember Isles. Allow your eyes to soften. Let the edges of your vision blur. Focus on the steady, repetitive sound of the waves. Swish, crash, retreat, swish, crash, retreat. It's a lullaby sung by the ancient ocean itself. As you sit, you might begin to notice the small details of the room. The way the firelight flickers on the spines of the old books, making the gold lettering gleam for a moment before fading. The subtle patterns in the woven rug beneath your feet, intricate designs that seem to tell their own silent stories. The gentle texture of the stone walls, cool to the touch if you were to reach out. The wind outside occasionally whistles softly around the eaves of the lighthouse, a low, melodic hum that adds to the sense of cozy enclosure. You are safe, warm, and protected within these sturdy walls. Imagine the lives that have passed through this lighthouse. The keepers who have watched these same stars, listened to these same waves, their lives entwined with the steady rhythm of the sea. They were silent guardians, just as you are now, a temporary guardian of this quiet moment. Your thoughts begin to slow, becoming less insistent, less urgent. They are like small boats on a calm sea, drifting, slowly, gently, drifting. Continue with long, descriptive passages focusing on sensory details, the smell of the salt, the quietness of the stones, the texture of the blanket, the slow movement of the lighthouse beam. Repeat core themes like the rhythmic waves and the warm, golden light. Use repetition and slow pacing to fill the remaining time and guide the listener. Let your gaze drift to the window. The beam of the lighthouse sweeps past, illuminating a fleeting segment of the inky black sea, revealing the white caps of distant waves, then plunges back into darkness. Each sweep is like a gentle breath, a slow, steady pulse in the vastness of the night. Think of the journey the light takes. It begins within the lamp, a brilliant, focused point, then expands, travels through the sturdy glass, and stretches out into the vast, open ocean. It touches the surface of the water, dances on the scales of unseen fish, and whispers across the wings of night-flying seabirds. The air around you feels peaceful, still. There are no demands here, no tasks to complete, no thoughts to rush. Just this moment, suspended in time, inside an old lighthouse on Ember Isles. Allow your eyes to soften. Let the edges of your vision blur. Focus on the steady, repetitive sound of the waves. Swish, crash, retreat, swish, crash, retreat. It's a lullaby sung by the ancient ocean itself. As you sit, you might begin to notice the small details of the room. The way the firelight flickers on the spines of the old books, making the gold lettering gleam for a moment before fading. The subtle patterns in the woven rug beneath your feet, intricate designs that seem to tell their own silent stories. The gentle texture of the stone walls, cool to the touch if you were to reach out. The wind outside occasionally whistles softly around the eaves of the lighthouse, a low, melodic hum that adds to the sense of cozy enclosure. You are safe, warm, and protected within these sturdy walls. The room holds a history you can feel. Let your mind trace the slow journey of the light. Imagine the heavy, wooden desk where the keeper logs the passing ships. It is worn smooth by years of hands, a deep, rich mahogany color. On it rests a simple, brass lamp, unlit, reflecting the soft glow of the embers. On the desk, there is a small, bound notebook. Its pages are filled with neat, looping handwriting, recording the weather, the movement of the tides, and perhaps, a small, personal observation about a particularly bright comet or an unusually quiet night. You don't need to read the words, simply observe the quiet dedication they represent, the deep, slow rhythm of a life lived in harmony with the sea. Breathe in the subtle scents of the room, a hint of old wood, a breath of sea salt, and the warm, pleasant aroma of the dying fire. Let these quiet, constant smells anchor you to this moment of rest. Now, drift your awareness outward, beyond the thick stone walls. The island itself is resting. The heather and wild grasses that cover the cliffs are swaying, ever so slightly, in the night breeze. The scent of damp earth and blooming gorse is carried on the gusts of wind that you hear gently humming around the stone casing of the lantern room above. The seabirds, which cried so loudly during the day, are settled now. You can picture them, tucked safely into the crevices of the cliff face, their breathing slow and shallow. You hear only the very occasional, single, soft, lonely cry of a distant gull, a sound that doesn't alarm, but confirms the vast, quiet solitude of this place. Let your attention return to the light. The beacon above you spins with a deliberate, comforting slowness. Tick, sweep, tick, sweep. It marks the passage of time not in seconds or minutes, but in the rotation of the earth, in the slow, rhythmic turning of the night. Picture the lamp itself, the powerful lens, meticulously cleaned, focusing the intense light into that narrow, guiding beam. It is a symbol of constancy, a promise that even in the deepest darkness, there is always a point of orientation, a direction to follow. The light travels miles and miles. It touches ships far beyond the horizon, ships whose sailors never see the island, only the light that guides them home. This light is an act of silent, selfless giving, just as you are giving this time to yourself. Time for silent, selfless rest. Imagine the soft, dark velvet of the night sky pressing down on the glass of the lantern room, wrapping the entire structure in a blanket of silence. You are suspended between the deep sea and the endless sky, in a perfect, quiet balance. The fire in the hearth has settled to a soft, golden bed of glowing embers. The light outside seems softer now. Perhaps the first hint of pre-dawn stillness has arrived, though the stars are still bright. Your blanket is warm, your body is heavy, your mind is quiet. You are safe in the quiet place, in the old stone tower, guarded by the deep ocean and the faithful, slow-turning light. Let the rhythm of the waves hold you. Let the soft, quiet air of the island settle over you. The soft, persistent drum of rain against the cobblestones of Edinburgh, that is the sound that welcomes you tonight. You are standing just inside the doorway of The Lost Page, a bookshop so ancient its floors creak secrets. The air is thick with the scent of leather, dust, and rich, dark coffee. It is late, and the street lights outside cast long, shimmering reflections on the wet slate roofs. You move to the back, where a small, unused fireplace glows with warm, banked embers. Settle into the enormous, worn velvet chair beside it. The chair seems to sigh contentedly as you sink into its depths. A thin, gray cat, the bookshop's resident, stretches slowly on a pile of poetry books, its presence a guarantee of peace. Look around. The shelves rise high, reaching up to the dark timber ceiling. Every book is a silent sleeper, filled with stories waiting for morning. The only sound, apart from the rain, is the occasional faint rustle of turning pages, perhaps imagined, perhaps the wind finding its way through a crack in the old glass. The rain continues its steady rhythm. It is a protective shield, sealing you away from the demands of the outside world. Listen to the different notes. The light pitter-patter on the skylight, the heavier splash in the distant gutter, and the soft hush as it hits the brick wall. Your eyes trace the titles on the shelves. Old maps, forgotten travel guides, collections of Celtic myths. Each name is a gentle whisper, inviting you into a dream. You feel your muscles soften, your shoulders drop. This quiet place, built of wood and paper and rain, is holding you safe. You are simply waiting, patiently, for the gentle fog of sleep to roll in from the sea. The cat closes its eyes, its slow, deep breathing becoming a new, quiet anchor for your own. Inhale the scent of old wood and rain. Exhale your worries. Let the quiet, gentle energy of this ancient bookshop lull you into deep, comfortable rest. We are deep in the quiet heart of the high desert, far from any city glow. You are resting inside a canvas tent, a small, protected space nestled amongst the silent, cool sands. The air is dry and clean, carrying a faint, earthy scent of ancient rock and sagebrush. The desert night is a world of absolute, profound silence. There are no waves, no cars, only the vast emptiness. Listen closely. You might hear the whisper of the wind moving over the dunes, a sound like soft, brushed silk, or the gentle, dry rustle of a small, nocturnal creature passing far away, too quiet to identify, too harmless to cause concern. Your gaze is drawn upward. The top of your tent is open to the sky, a deliberate, square window to the cosmos. You are looking directly into the Milky Way, a brilliant, endless river of stars you can almost reach out and touch. The darkness is so pure, it feels comforting, like a heavy, velvet blanket pressing down gently on the world. You are lying on a thick, soft bedroll, feeling the cool temperature of the desert floor through the insulation. The coolness is perfectly balanced by the warmth of your heavy sleeping bag, a perfect harmony of temperature. Observe the stars. They do not hurry. They simply hold their positions, bright and eternal. Choose one star, just one, and let your focus soften on its steady, quiet glow. Allow its constancy to bring calm to your mind. Let your breathing match the vast, slow patience of the starlight traveling millions of years to meet your eye. The deep silence is absorbing every restless thought. Each time a stray idea enters your mind, imagine the quiet desert night simply absorbing its noise, turning it into nothingness. The thoughts dissipate into the cool, clean air. Imagine the feel of the canvas tent walls surrounding you. They are thick, rough, and sturdy, a simple barrier that provides immense security. They block out the wind, but they do not block out the peace. The fabric is a neutral, comforting color, perhaps a faded ochre or deep moss green. Feel the texture of your pillow, soft beneath the back of your head, supporting you completely. The temperature outside is still dropping. You can feel the intense, deep coolness of the earth as it releases the heat of the day. This is the hour of transition, the moment when the desert truly rests. Focus on the sound of the wind again. It is not a harsh wind, but a long, sustained sigh, moving across the smooth surfaces of the dunes. It is carrying no voices, no traffic, no noise of civilization. Only the ancient whisper of the sand and the rock. Notice how your body has softened against the bedroll. Your legs feel heavy, sinking into the soft padding. Your arms are relaxed by your sides. Your jaw is loose. Every part of you is responding to the call of the profound quiet. Think of the life sleeping beneath the sand. Small creatures, deeply buried, waiting patiently for the dawn. Their stillness is complete, their rest absolute. You are sharing this stillness with them, a quiet agreement to simply stop and be still. Breathe in the subtle, dry scent of the desert air. It is a cleansing smell, free of moisture and heaviness. Each breath is a renewal, a deeper step into relaxation. Inhale the cool, dry purity. Exhale the last traces of your tension. The light from the stars is so faint, yet so pervasive, that it seems to illuminate the inside of your mind. It chases away the sharp edges of your worries, leaving only soft, vague, gentle shapes. The night is moving slowly, imperceptibly. The stars are drifting, but the process is so majestic and slow, it creates an illusion of complete stillness. Time itself seems to have paused inside this tent. Imagine the desert floor, kilometers deep, solid and unchanging beneath you. This earth is holding you, supporting you completely. You have nowhere to fall, nowhere to go. You are anchored by the strength of the ancient land. The stillness of the desert is patient. It has waited for you to arrive, waited for you to settle, waited for your mind to quiet. And now, the silence is inviting you to join it. Close your eyes fully now, if you haven't already. The vision of the stars remains, a gentle, residual glow behind your eyelids. Let that image soften, blur, and melt away into the deep, welcoming darkness. Feel the heavy weight of your eyelids, the deep relaxation behind your eyes. Your face is smooth and still. The muscles in your forehead have released their tension. Your arms and hands are completely still. Your legs are heavy and comfortable. There is no desire to move, only the deep, instinctual need to rest. The stars are your quiet companions. The desert is your immense cradle. The time for wakefulness has passed. The time for deep rest has arrived. You are aboard a long, quiet train, moving through the vast, dark expanse of the Canadian Rockies. The world outside is a blurred tapestry of massive, slumbering peaks and silent, snow-dusted pine forests. Settle into your compartment, a private space designed entirely for comfort and repose. Your window is a deep mirror reflecting the soft light of your own room, but occasionally, the light catches a sudden, breathtaking glimpse of the moonlit peaks, massive and majestic in the dark. They are silent, unmoving giants, watching over your journey. Inside, the light is dim. A small, brass reading lamp casts a warm, downward cone of light over a small table. You are wrapped in a heavy, soft, woolen blanket, feeling the subtle vibration of the engine, a distant, gentle hum that vibrates gently beneath your feet and through the structure of your chair. You have nowhere to be, and nothing to do but allow the slow journey to carry you. Each click of the track is a quiet step toward deeper relaxation. Imagine the crisp, cold air outside, clean and untouched, and feel the safe, sealed warmth of your cocoon inside the carriage. The compartment is your private sanctuary. The walls are paneled in rich, dark wood, worn smooth by years of journeys. The scent is subtle, old velvet, clean air, and a faint, sweet smell of polished brass. Inhale the clean air, exhale the feeling of being hurried. The train slows slightly, maybe pausing at a silent, wooden station with a single, unmoving lamp. For a moment, the world outside is absolutely silent, save for the engine's quiet idle, a low, supportive thrum. Then, with a gentle, building pressure, a soft metallic sigh, the train begins to move again, resuming its steady, unwavering rhythm. Notice the texture of the seat. It is perhaps a dark green or burgundy velvet, soft and heavy, comforting against your skin. The seat is deep, designed to hold you completely. Let your body sink further into its support. Your spine is straight but completely relaxed. Look at the light again. The brass lamp glows with a steady, unwavering color. It is a gentle, domestic light, a point of constant warmth in the vast, cold night. The light doesn't move, even as the train moves. It is a symbol of inner stillness. The journey is long. You are crossing continents, but you are not involved in the effort of the crossing. You are simply resting, an observer in motion. This feeling of being carried, without effort, is profoundly relaxing. Listen to the muffled sounds of the carriage. Far down the corridor, you might hear the soft thud of a closing door, or the gentle, distant tinkling of cutlery from the dining car, sounds of the world continuing its functions, but far away and muted. Imagine the high, snow-covered mountains outside. They are immense and silent, existing on a scale of time that dwarfs human worry. Their permanence is calming. They have stood there for millions of years, and they will be there when you wake. You are safe in their presence. The windows of your compartment are thick and double-paned, sealing you away from the chill and the noise. You can hear the train, but the world outside is mostly silent. This division between the warmth inside and the cold outside is key to your deep comfort. Let your thoughts drift out the window, like smoke from the train's chimney. They are insubstantial, ephemeral. They rise, and they dissipate into the cold, clean, night air. The rhythmic sounds of the wheels are the most important part of your rest. They are the voice of the track. Clack, clack, clack. Pause. Clack, clack, clack. Pause. Let this sound enter the deepest part of your consciousness and slow your brainwaves. Feel the heavy weight of the blanket on your legs. The pressure is reassuring, grounding. Your feet are warm, your hands are resting softly in your lap. There is no tension anywhere in your body. The train begins a long, slow curve. The movement shifts slightly, becoming a gentle, sustained pull. You lean into the curve, your body responding instinctively to the shift, and then you relax back into the center. This slight, predictable change is yet another lullaby. The light from the lamp casts shadows that sway gently across the wall paneling. The shadows are long, soft, and indistinct. They do not hold any specific shape. They are simply the visual equivalent of the low, ambient hum. You are moving, but you are still. You are traveling, but you are resting. This perfect paradox is your path to sleep. Embrace the movement. Embrace the stillness. The distance is immense. You are far from your starting point, and far from your destination. You are suspended in the perfect quiet of the middle. The time for the past is over. The time for the future is not yet here. There is only this moment of profound rest. Let the rhythmic clack-clack guide you now. Deeper, and deeper, into the silent protection of the mountains and the warm cradle of the slow train.